So, given the complexity of, interdisciplinarity and all these, the student profile and what you're trying to achieve in the classroom through a single course, what are some of the challenges that you faced? Or what did you also observe were challenges for your students in this course?
Well, we can't really deny that it's a challenge having coders and communicators. Is that what I call your students? Communicators?
I like it.
Okay. In the same class. That's a challenge because they're thinking differently and they have to talk, right? They have to communicate as equals, even though one of them's bringing this background and others are bringing this background. And I think frequently the computer science students are saying, why are they making me take this course? But then I needed to find like one topic to kind of hang the course hat on where everybody could identify with it. And it's typography. Mm-hmm. Nobody, either the communicators or the coders, had ever given any thought to typography. So, and in fact, students often come back after the course and say, yeah, I think type matters in life.
Yeah.
Like it's a revelation,
Right.
sort of like breathing is important too.
I'm also, as I'm listening to you both, just marveling at your thinking behind the pedagogical design. Like, how do you arrive at this one thing? How did you hit upon this typography as the thing that they can all relate to?
By accident.
Yeah, trial and
You
error.
keep
I would
trying
think,
things,
yeah.
and then you see
Yeah.
what works, and also interestingly enough, what students come back to you after the course and say, "I'm still thinking about this."
Yeah, you got to constantly, I think we're all doing this. I mean, in my previous job, I had a very light teaching load. It was called a Research One University. And here, of course, we do a lot of research and we take that very seriously, but we also are very dedicated teachers. We teach quite a few classes. And so everybody who's here is a teacher, and they're a born teacher, they're committed to it. So as part of that, I think everybody's constantly assessing and evaluating, not just for the broader requirements, but every class, and getting that feedback and adjusting. And I was going to guess that the typography example was trial and error. I mean, I have my examples too, things you think are going to work and they don't, and then and over time you collect those examples, you modify, and you use what works.
But I'm also wondering whether the two of you having interdisciplinary background yourself, that should also be a great strength in able to design a course or think about curriculum, right?
I should also point out that we've been talking about these issues for about 16 years now, right? So we started working together when we first came here on online course development. So this is an ongoing conversation between the two of us. It just keeps
As a matter of fact,
along.
I started working early on with then Steve Brown, University College, on online learning, and then Bob joined us shortly after that, and it makes me realize that even back then we weren't really seeing it as distance learning, right? I mean, of course we knew that the students may be taking the course at a distance, but it was really about how do we design learning objects in digital form that are useful. And so I think increasingly, although we still, I'm not teaching as many online courses, I still do a lot of the same things that I did in my online courses for my face-to-face classes in terms of online learning materials, having those available in between classes. And so although we don't kind of do that directly anymore, I know that both of us still really see the advantages of a hybrid, blended, in-between class online delivery as part of our pedagogy.